Hello, YouTube homies. It's me, Yellow Ferret. As promised, I'm back to talk about another pair of customs. I call them Alicorns. Um, I call them that mostly to be a unique name. I just had this thought to make unicorns, but I didn't want them to be just unicorns. This guy I still think of as a unicorn because he's very light in coloration, even going into pastels for part of it. But this one is obviously very dark. I think of her as a nightmare because I've read a book series or two where nightmares are basically unicorns, just dark. And so that's where I got the name. Well, I got the name because I didn't want to just call them unicorns or just nightmares because they're supposed to be light and dark halves of each other. And unicorn didn't fit them both, but nightmare definitely didn't fit them both either. So I went with alicorns because that, to me, worked better for them as a pair rather than as just individually. A friend actually designed these ones for me, so I don't have a ton to say about them. I did tell her I wanted them, obviously, to be, I wanted a light one and a dark one. I wanted spots, because I felt like spots were a very unique way to go with unicorns, with unicorn customs. I've seen, lots of plain ones. I think I've seen a couple striped ones, but I haven't seen spots. So that's why I opted for lots of spots. And then I went with the Bane breed to make my alicorns because Banes are pretty scary looking for Wajas. And I didn't want these unicorns to be too cutesy looking. And then I left this, as you can kind of see, the natural tail for a Bane is very long and flexible and with a tuft of hair on the end. I left the unicorn's tail kind of natural, so to speak. I left the natural Bane tail on the unicorn because old pictures of unicorns often have them with a similar kind of tail, long, slender, tuft of hair at the end. But wanted to make them a little bit different, more different from each other besides just coloration. And two, just because nightmare sounds a little bit more horsey to me than unicorn, I gave the Bane this gorgeous silky tail. And then of course they've got cloven hooves, a unihorn, and a horse mane because that's pretty much universal for unicorns. I think you can't really make a custom and call it a unicorn without those, in my opinion. Okay, so that's it for this video. It's a pretty short one. Like I said, I can't really talk too much about thought processes for a lot of it because this is actually a design that a friend did for me. But that's where the basic concept for everything came from. And next time I'll be back to talk about updating a custom. And if you're not familiar with Wajas, you probably don't know what that means, but don't worry, I'll explain it when we get there. I'll see you later, homies.